Beloved One of the Most High, hear me clearly, for I, Michael, Archangel and servant of the Eternal, have been sent once more to stand before you as messenger and witness. There is a matter of urgency, a truth that has been pressing through the veil of eternity, a voice that has not ceased to call your name. For long now, a brother in heaven has been trying to reach you, but many distractions of earth, the noise of your daily battles, and the interference of the adversary have worked hard to cloud your hearing. Yet heaven does not give up. What heaven has appointed to reach you will not be lost. I have come today to remind you that heaven is not silent, and neither are those who dwell within its courts. The saints, the redeemed, those who have crossed from mortal life into eternal light, they live not as forgotten shadows, but as witnesses in the great cloud that surrounds your path. Among them stands your brother, a soul redeemed, beloved of the Father, and now clothed in garments of glory. His heart burns with love, with urgency, with intercession on your behalf, and he has been knocking at the doors of your awareness, waiting for this moment when the message could finally be delivered. Beloved, do you not know that heaven is nearer than you think? The distance between your heart and heaven is not measured in miles but in faith. The veil is thinner than it seems, and every prayer you utter resounds in the halls of eternity. Every tear you have shed has been seen. Every cry has been gathered. Your brother, who now walks in the presence of the Eternal, has not forgotten you, nor has he been silent before the throne. For his prayers have joined with the prayers of angels, rising like incense before the Almighty. But hear me, the enemy has tried to keep you deaf to this. He has whispered lies to convince you that you are abandoned, that you walk this earth unseen, unheard, forgotten. He has attempted to drown out the heavenly signal with noise, with worry, with the weight of burdens. Yet now heaven has broken through. The Father has commanded that the interference be silenced, that the veil be parted, that the message be carried with clarity. This is why I stand before you now, to declare that the attempt to reach you has succeeded. Beloved, the persistence of heaven is unlike the persistence of man. Man knocks once or twice and gives up. Heaven knocks until the door opens. Man grows weary when his voice is not heard. Heaven thunders until every ear is opened. Your brother has not ceased to intercede for you, but it is the Father's timing that determines when the message is released. And now the appointed moment has come. Do you sense the weight of this hour? This is not coincidence. It is not chance. The timing is divine, and the orchestration has been set from before the foundation of the world. Even now, angels surround you, carrying the fragrance of heaven's nearness. Even now, your spirit stirs, for it knows that something beyond the ordinary is unfolding. This is the heavenly attempt brought to completion, a message, preserved in the courts of eternity, now breaking into your reality. I say to you, the Father himself has willed that you hear these words. Your brother's voice, though not spoken in earthly tongue, has been carried into the throne room. It has mingled with the heavenly chorus, and the Father has nodded in approval. Let it be released, he declared. And so the sound of heaven descends to you now, riding upon the wings of angelic messengers, breaking through the resistance of darkness, shining brighter than the thickest shadow. Child of light, recognize this. You are more pursued than you realize. The enemy pursued you with accusations, but heaven pursues you with love. Darkness has pursued you to bring you down, but heaven has pursued you to raise you up. Your brother in eternity, though no longer bound by flesh, has continued in love, for love does not end with death. Love is stronger than the grave. It lives in the presence of God, and it calls out to you now, echoing with eternal urgency. Do not let your heart be hardened. Do not dismiss this as imagination. For I testify as witness of the Most High, this message has been sealed by heaven, released at the appointed time, and carried to you today. You stand at a crossing point, where the earthly and the heavenly meet, where the silence breaks, and where the attempt becomes a success. Heaven has reached you. The message is being delivered. And so I say, prepare your heart to receive, for what follows will not be empty words but a divine confession. The one who sits on the throne has permitted this bridge, that you might be strengthened, warned, and blessed. Do not resist the pull of heaven, beloved, for it is pulling you closer, not away. The attempt is not to frighten you but to confirm to you that you are seen, loved, and remembered. Hear me one last time in this opening word. Your brother has been reaching out, and heaven has been listening. What he carries is for you, and you alone. The time has come to hear it, for today is the day of delivery. Heaven has attempted. Heaven has succeeded. And now, you will hear. Beloved, now that you have heard of the heavenly attempt, it is time to receive the message itself, the very words your brother in heaven carries for you. Listen closely, for this is not ordinary counsel, nor casual guidance. This is a communication from eternity, crafted in the heart of God, delivered through a messenger whose love for you is unbroken. The first truth she brings is assurance. She says, "Do not fear, for I am with you, and I have never left your side." Every tear, every cry, every silent prayer you believed was unheard, it has been gathered in the treasure house of heaven. I have watched over you. I have prayed for you. I have walked in the courts of eternity, pleading your case before the throne of God. This is a message of reassurance. For too long your heart may have been weighed down by doubt, fear, or feelings of abandonment. The adversary has tried to convince you that your prayers are empty, that your efforts are wasted, that your life is unnoticed. But she says, "The Father sees. The angels see. I see. You are not forgotten." Next, she brings guidance. She speaks of paths you have yet to walk, choices you have yet to make, and opportunities you may not yet recognize. She says, "Do not move ahead in haste. Do not step into places unprepared. I have been sent to ensure you know the way. Heed the warnings. Receive the instructions. Align your steps with what has already been laid in heaven." Beloved, this is why the message has been delayed until now. Timing is everything. She says, "Had you received this too early, you might have misunderstood. Had it come too late, you might have stumbled. But today, you are ready, and heaven has released it." There is also a warning in her message, a gentle, urgent plea to guard yourself and your heart. She says, "The enemy will continue to try to deceive, to distract, to confuse. He will use words, circumstances, and even people to shake your faith. You must remain vigilant, grounded in prayer, and fully aware of the spiritual realm that surrounds your life." But her warning is not meant to frighten, it is meant to strengthen. She says, "I come not to alarm you, but to arm you. You have been chosen for a great purpose, and purpose carries opposition. Yet opposition cannot prevail against what God has ordained. Take courage." Then comes the blessing, the portion of her message that will ignite hope in your spirit. She says, "You are loved beyond measure. You are seen. You are honored in heaven in ways the earth cannot yet recognize. What you have endured has prepared you to step into your destiny. What you have survived has made you resilient. What you have longed for is on its way. The promise of God is approaching." She reminds you that heaven itself rejoices over your life. The angels have danced with your victories, even the smallest ones, and the Father himself has smiled upon your perseverance. "Do not despise the small beginnings," she says. "For the seeds you planted in faith are growing into what you will one day reap in glory." Finally, she delivers a call to alignment. She says, "Hear me now. Your heart must be ready to receive. Your hands must be ready to serve. Your mind must be focused on what is eternal. Do not allow distraction or worldly concern to divert you. Everything you are about to receive, every blessing, every revelation, every open door, requires that you walk in obedience and faith. Your response matters." Beloved, the core of her message is this: you are seen, you are loved, and you are prepared. Every tear has been accounted for. Every step has been guided. Every prayer has been answered, even if the answer took time to manifest. She says, "I bring this to you so that you may know, you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are about to step into what has been prepared for you from eternity." Hear this, the message she carries is not just for encouragement. It is a divine directive, a confirmation, a heavenly blueprint for your life. Heaven does not deliver messages lightly. When a soul who has crossed into eternity comes with words for you, it is because what is coming cannot be delayed. It is time for recognition, revelation, and alignment with your appointed destiny. And so, beloved, lift your heart and receive these words. Let them settle in your spirit. Let them pierce doubt, silence fear, and ignite hope. This is the message your brother in heaven has longed to deliver. Today, it has reached you. Today, it carries the seal of heaven itself. Today, your spirit is invited to respond in faith. Beloved, hear this with the ears of your spirit. Today is not an ordinary day. Today is not merely the turning of the sun or the passing of hours. Today has been chosen by heaven itself, set apart, marked, and saturated with purpose for you. What you are about to hear, and what you are about to receive, could not have arrived yesterday, nor can it wait until tomorrow. Heaven has decreed that this moment is yours, and your alignment with it will determine how fully the blessing, the revelation, and the counsel are manifested in your life. Do you not perceive the signs? The stirring in your heart, the weight upon your spirit, the unexplainable moments of attention or divine interruption, these are not coincidences. These are markers of heaven's timing. The angels have been stationed, the message has been preserved, and the delivery has been orchestrated with precision. Your brother in heaven has waited for this hour, praying, pleading, and interceding on your behalf until the appointed time finally came. The Father himself has chosen today because you are ready. Not because you are perfect, but because you are prepared. Not because you understand everything, but because your heart is open to receive. The time of confusion, the season of delay, the years of uncertainty, all of these have culminated in this single, holy hour. The heavens have aligned in obedience to the one who sits upon the throne, and this day has been set apart for revelation, restoration, and renewal in your life. There is also purpose in urgency. The enemy has sought to delay, distract, and deceive, but today, the veil is thin, and the interference is silenced. The adversary cannot prevail against the timing of God. He has no legal right to silence this word, no power to prevent this message, no authority over the appointed hour. Today, the forces of heaven break through, and the message is delivered before any earthly circumstance can diminish it. Beloved, understand this. Heaven chooses its moments with divine foresight. The moment you receive this message is connected to events you may not yet see, opportunities that have been gestating, prayers that have been answered but held in suspense until the proper season. Today has been selected because the seeds sown in your past are ready to bear fruit. Today has been selected because your readiness, your perseverance, and your faith have reached the threshold required for breakthrough. Your brother in heaven has not chosen this day for himself. He has not chosen it for recognition, nor for honor, nor for any earthly reward. He has chosen it because your soul, your heart, and your spirit are ready to receive what God has long intended for you. He has interceded, waiting patiently, knowing that the impact of this message depends upon your preparedness to respond in faith. Today is a day of alignment. A day where the invisible becomes visible, the hidden is revealed, and the eternal touches the temporal. A day where your faith intersects with divine timing, and the plan of God unfolds according to His perfect will. This is why heaven chose this day, because it is the only day in which the fullness of revelation could be effectively delivered and fully received. So, beloved, do not let this day pass as ordinary. Do not delay. Do not dismiss. Today carries weight, authority, and purpose. Every hesitation, every distraction, every delay that has held you back until now must be cast aside. Receive this day with gratitude, expectation, and attentiveness, for the heavens themselves have conspired to release this message to you now. Listen carefully, for your response today will determine not only what unfolds in the coming days but how fully you step into the destiny that has been prepared for you since eternity. Today is not just a day. It is a divine appointment, a sacred window, and a heaven-ordained moment in which your heart can encounter truth, your spirit can receive confirmation, and your life can align with the eternal plan. Beloved, understand, heaven chose today because you are ready, the timing is perfect, and the message cannot wait any longer. Rejoice, receive, and prepare, for the one who orchestrates time and eternity has spoken, and this day is yours. Beloved, now that you have heard the attempt of heaven, the message carried by your brother in eternity, and the timing of today itself, the question remains, What will you do with this revelation? What will you do with the confirmation, the guidance, the reassurance that has been delivered directly from the courts of heaven? For a message is only powerful when it is received, understood, and acted upon. Your response now will determine the unfolding of destiny in ways both seen and unseen. The first step in your response is acceptance. Receive the message in your heart without hesitation, without doubt, and without delay. Do not question whether it is real or too good to be true. Heaven has chosen this day, and the message has been delivered. Your brother's words are not empty, they are infused with eternal authority. Repeat them silently, hold them in your spirit, and let your soul align with what has been spoken. Say to yourself, I hear you, I believe, and I receive this message from heaven. Next, your response must include faithful obedience. Heaven's words are not merely comfort, they are instruction. They call you to act in alignment with God's timing. This may mean stepping into new responsibilities, making decisions that require courage, or surrendering what has held you back. Do not resist this call. The Father Himself is watching how you respond. The angels are observing your steps, and your brother in heaven awaits to see your faith translated into action. Beloved, do not delay in prayer. Lift your heart and speak to God as though heaven is listening, because it is. Intercede for guidance, for clarity, for protection, and for the discernment to walk according to the message you have received. Prayer is your lifeline, your shield, and your declaration that you are participating in what heaven has ordained. This is not passive waiting, this is active engagement with the will of God. Gratitude must also flow from your response. Thank the Father, thank your brother in heaven, and thank the angelic hosts who have carried this message across realms to your awareness. Gratitude opens the spirit, it positions the soul to receive, and it magnifies the authority of what has been spoken. Say aloud, Thank you, Lord, for not letting me walk this path alone. Thank you for the message. Thank you for the guidance and protection. I honor your timing. Your response requires vigilance. As you align with this message, know that the enemy will attempt to disrupt your peace, to sow doubt, and to obscure your vision. Do not fall for the lies. Stand firm in the knowledge that heaven has intervened. Remember that the adversary has already confessed his defeat, and your persistence in faith is the instrument of your breakthrough. Guard your heart, maintain your focus, and do not allow worldly distractions to steal what has been divinely entrusted to you. Finally, your response must be one of expectation and action. This message is not meant to sit idle in your mind, it is meant to awaken, to guide, and to mobilize you. Move forward with the assurance that heaven has delivered this for your preparation and your empowerment. Step boldly, speak faithfully, and live attentively. Every decision, every word, every prayer from this point forward carries greater weight, for you are now aligned with a divine communication that heaven has orchestrated for this very day. Beloved, take this moment seriously. The veil between heaven and earth has lifted just enough for you to hear, to understand, and to respond. This is not a rehearsal, not a suggestion, not a casual whisper. This is an appointment with destiny. Your brother in heaven rejoices as you step into obedience. The angels stand ready to assist you, and the Father watches with delight as you move in alignment with His will. Say these words in your spirit now. I have heard the message. I receive it fully. I respond with faith, obedience, and gratitude. I align myself with heaven's timing. I step into the plan prepared for me. Beloved, your response now matters more than ever. Do not delay. Do not doubt. Do not resist. For what you do in this hour will echo in eternity. Heaven has spoken. Your brother has delivered the message. Today you choose to respond, and in your response, you activate what heaven has already declared. Beloved child of the Most High, hear this final word as a seal upon your spirit, a declaration from heaven, and a benediction that bridges the eternal and the temporal. I, Michael, Archangel of the Lord, stand as witness to what has been revealed, and I pronounce over you the reunion of heaven and earth in your life. Today is the culmination of the heavenly attempt, the delivery of the message, and the divine alignment of time and destiny. Your brother in heaven has reached you, and what has been spoken is not ordinary. It is eternal. It carries authority. It carries power. And now it carries a call to response that merges the invisible with the visible, the eternal with the earthly. The Father says, "Behold, I have heard the prayers of the faithful and the intercession of those who dwell in my courts. I have prepared a way for you, and now the heavens and the earth shall unite to bring my plan to fulfillment. Rise, for the hour has come to walk in my glory." Beloved, the reunion of heaven and earth begins in your heart. Receive it first internally, the assurance that you are seen, loved, and honored. Feel the presence of your brother standing with you in spirit, the angelic hosts surrounding you, and the Father's hand resting upon you. Let this realization strengthen your faith and steady your resolve. Heaven has chosen to work through you, not just for you. Your life, your obedience, your alignment with this message will cause the divine and the earthly to meet in ways that bless others, transform circumstances, and reveal the glory of God to those around you. The reunion of heaven and earth is not abstract. It manifests in your words, in your actions, and in the influence you carry wherever you go. I declare over you that all barriers, all delays, all opposition are being removed. The enemy's attempts to silence this word, to delay your breakthrough, or to obscure your destiny are shattered. The confession of heaven has been established. The message of your brother in eternity has been received. And now the forces of heaven are descending to accompany you, to empower you, and to confirm every step you take in alignment with God's plan. Take this moment to speak aloud. I receive the reunion of heaven and earth in my life. I align with the purposes of God. I walk in the authority and blessings released for me today. The message of my brother in heaven is fulfilled in my obedience and my faith. Beloved, know this: what has begun in the unseen realm will now manifest in the seen. Doors will open that were previously sealed. Opportunities will arrive that were previously hidden. Blessings will flow into your life that were previously held in suspense. Every promise whispered to your spirit, every encouragement sent by your brother, every intercession lifted in your favor, all are now converging for your good and for the glory of the Most High. As I seal this final benediction, I proclaim over you: you are preserved, you are empowered, you are blessed. The message has been delivered. The response has been confirmed. The eternal covenant between heaven and your life is now active and visible. You are no longer only on the receiving end of revelation. You are a vessel through which heaven manifests its will on the earth. Lift your head, beloved. Step forward in confidence. Walk in the assurance that heaven has not only reached you, but has reunited itself with your life, your purpose, and your destiny. Let this reunion transform your thoughts, your actions, and your spirit. For what has been declared in the heavens is now released into the earth, and nothing can stop it. Thus I, Michael, stand as witness and as messenger, sealing this word over you with authority from the throne of God. Go now, beloved, in peace, in power, in alignment, and in victory. Heaven and earth rejoice together over you. Amen.